Hey everyone, and hopefully you watched the non-spoiler review, and that's how you got here. If you didn't, my basic thoughts are: this is a great film. Matt Damon back on par, Jason Bourne back in the driving seat of a film carrying his name. And now on to the spoilers. So, more in depth into the the story. So, Julia Stiles' character, Nikki Parsons, that's where we open the film. She goes into an underground hacking station and she hacks into the CIA. She's trying to pull all of the files on the Black Ops operations, and she finds out that there's a new Black Ops operation in this folder called Iron Hand. But she doesn't really care that much about that. She looks more into the Treadstone files, and she finds out that Jason Bourne, whose birth name was David Webb, his father, who was a CIA analyst, had a bit more of a hand in Project Treadstone than Jason Bourne originally understood. And so she resolves that she is going to take this information to Jason and help him find out more information about his past, because obviously there's more information on who David Webb is. Jason knows who he was, but he still doesn't have all of his memories and doesn't really understand everything. He's just getting flashes of information. Apparently, at this point, Jason is in Greece doing underground fighting in order to make money and living off the grid, which is why the CIA have yet to find him since his last little escapades. And I'm pretty sure with the escapades of Aaron from Bourne Legacy, they're what's the word I'm looking for? Their attention is a little diverted between the two of them. We don't get any more information on what's happened to Aaron. There's no crossover in this film like there was in Bourne Legacy. So that's kind of a dead line right now. I hope it's not dead and that they do more with Aaron. I'd like to see more from the Bourne Legacy. I'd like to see the two cross. I'd like to see Bourne and Aaron going down and taking care of business. But anyway, while Nikki was hacking in, a new character, I forget her name. I really should have looked this up, but I'm just doing this off the cuff. A new character, a young lady who is part of the cyber attack division, manages to catch that they've been hacked into, because apparently everybody else is an idiot. They tell her that an old computer, which has been deemed destroyed, is knocking on the front door. None of them are even looking to see if there's a breach. And she watches the screen and sees one packet received after numerous packets are sent, and instantly goes, "We've been hacked," and finds the file. She embeds malware into the files which have been downloaded, which would allow her to track when it's been opened. She's kind of an important character. They don't really delve too much into her name or her details, but she's kind of an important character throughout the film. She's more sympathetic to Bourne. She wants to try and bring him back into the fold. But she has her own reasons. So, Bourne himself doesn't want to come back in. He realizes that what Nikki's done has just caused problems. It's going to get her killed, and they tried to get out of Greece, but an asset has been sent in by the CIA to stop them, to kill them, to get rid of them, to put them in a box, to dead them, to put them 6 feet under. It kind of works. So they managed to escape to a certain degree, but obviously the CIA analyst has managed to track exactly how he's going to get out of the city, knows exactly where he's going, even though he's on a bike, tells the asset what roof to go up onto, and where to aim and wait. And so the asset does. And as they come through, he takes a shot and he injures Nikki. It's not like in the second Bourne movie where the sniper shoots his girlfriend in the head thinking it's Bourne. No, he just manages to injure her. They crash. Bourne flies over a car and is in cover. Nikki fell off backwards when she was shot and is out in the open. Can't see her head, can barely tell she's alive, so He's not doing anything. He's using her as bait to try and pull Bourne out. Bourne does try to get out to save her, but Nikki knows exactly what's going to happen. Gets the gets a key out of her pocket. Trying to throw that to Bourne, gives away that she's wide alive, and gets shot dead. And then the asset has to run because the police are coming. Bourne is deeply upset by this. He's lost yet another friend to the CIA, and now he wants to know what this is all about. So he goes and finds the details. And he goes and finds somebody named Christian de Souza, something like that, to find out about these files and read them. It's at this point that the young CIA analyst starts working with Bourne. All in all, the film itself has been really good. I could tell you more about the story, but basically it ends with Bourne stopping an assassination attempt, killing a couple of people, as per usual, and escaping. The big plot point, the biggest plot point throughout the film, I hope you've seen it by now because I don't really want to spoil the film for you, but this is a spoiler review, is the asset who was sent to kill Bourne. This guy has a grudge against Bourne, mainly because when Bourne gave out all the files at the end of the third film, he was undercover and it gave away who he was. He was captured, severely tortured, and apparently it took them 2 years to get him back. So he doesn't like Bourne. He thinks he's a traitor and he wants to kill him. That's why he has such a grudge and he refuses to let go. And he's a really bad guy, killing agents, CIA agents, just to get his own ends. It boggles the mind that such a thing would actually happen, but I like the way the story is written. It's really compelling to watch, especially at that point. But the real point is, there are flashback scenes with Bourne, and it's him talking with his dad when he was still David Webb, and as his dad's leaving, his father's leaving to go back to the CIA, his vehicle explodes and he dies. Well, apparently it was this asset who killed David Webb's dad, which leads to a big vendetta. Bourne isn't really trying to save people. He isn't trying to stop the CIA. No, in this one, once he figures out who that guy was, when he first sees his face, he knows who he is. Which he resolves he's going to kill him. He's going to stop the people who killed his father because he wants revenge. Because if those people hadn't done what they'd done, he never would have gone on with the Treadstone program, and he would not be who he is. He'd be having a fairly happier life. Maybe. Maybe not. You never know. The path not taken. Everybody regrets it. Well, it ends with him killing the guy in a really good way, in which Bourne almost gets himself killed at the same time. I gotta tell you, the chase scene... a Dodge Charger, a black Dodge Charger versus an armored SWAT truck, that was fun to watch. What do I think too much about the film? I think it was done really well. There are a lot of scenes in it. The biggest flashback scene uses CGI to de-age Matt Damon because they are new scenes, but they use the aged footage look to cover that over, and it really isn't that noticeable except for the fact that you know it's a new scene and you know Matt Damon looks a lot older than that, so your eyes are looking for the telltale signs. My biggest pet peeve with this film is the use of shaky cam. Now, all the Bourne films have used shaky cam, but they try to give you plot information via text. So the character looks at the text phone and the camera cuts to the text phone, but it's so shaky at times that you are focusing so hard to read the information that you can miss things on screen. And it's shaking so violent at times that if you are prone to motion sickness, you will start to feel queasy in this film. I know they've used shaky cam before. A lot of films use shaky cam. I really wish they would tone it back a bit, but it's just getting worse year by year. And this film suffers from it royally. It's a great film, but if they turn back the shaky cam, it would be a lot better. It covers a lot of the same plot points that the previous films have covered, so if you have watched the films, you may find yourself lulling into a little bit of boredom at times when they're covering the same plot points again and again. The ones which you've seen the story before, you can start to pinpoint what's going to happen, where and why and how, because they're just reusing plot points. At this point, they have no books to pull on for this information, because they are so far removed from the Bourne book series that while the books continued past the original three with new stories by other writers, they are so far removed they can't use any of this information. All they've got are the characters. So they've had to write this themselves, and you can see they're playing it safe by doing a story which holds to the core plot points. And I can understand, especially because the biggest annoyance for a lot of people with Bourne Legacy was how it diverted from the plot points and started retconning things. But now they've tried to retcon the retcon, which really didn't work so well. So there's a little bit of a problem there, hitting the same plot points, or trying to retcon the retcon, and it's just like, dudes, you've done this. You've done a great job. This could be a fantastic film, but you've played it too safe, which may bore a lot of moviegoers, especially those who have watched the previous films. I personally would like to see them tie in the Bourne legacy a little bit more. Bring Bourne and Aaron together. I'm pretty sure it's Aaron, played by Jeremy Renner. Bring them together. Give them a reason to work together. I mean, especially for Aaron, they want him dead because he should be dead. They tried to wipe out that program. And there's that whole other program which wasn't made public, which has nothing to do with Iron Hand, which is the successor to the program which Aaron's part of, and that's completely skipped over as well. So there are a few things which I could say I'm nitpicking about. I think all in all, I think they did a fantastic job on this film. It could have been better. It could have been worse. But I am not going to complain too heavily about this. I just think they did a fantastic job. And I look forward to any more Bourne movies that they do as they go forward. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you thought below. If you've seen the film, let me know what you think about the film. If you plan on seeing the film, come back and let me know what you thought about it once you've seen it. I really want to know what more people think, because I want to learn from you guys as well. I like other people's opinions. I like to learn things. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what things you would have changed to make it a bit better. Tell me what things you wouldn't change, or you think that they changed too much. Come on, let me know. This is stuff I need to know. Anyway, this is me. I'm Zabel Wolf, and I'm signing off. I hope you enjoyed this, and ciao for now.